Hello everyone, welcome to yet another current affair video from my academy. I am Prince J. So let's have a small analysis of today's current affair. So we can see that today's topic of discussion is about the 128th anniversary of the historic Chicago address of Swami Vivekananda. So we can see that, or we already know about the historic address made by Swami Vivekananda. Sisters and brothers of America. That is what he said, right? So we can see that kind of an exhortation not only made a large audience to a great exuberant state, but also we can see that it actually turned as a milestone in the philosophical delivery of Indian culture and also its Hindu philosophy. So as far as an Indian is concerned with, we can see that it has got its own significance rather than as an exam point of view. But definitely as far as a UPSC examination is concerned, we can see that it is actually belonging to the GS paper 1, right? It is actually connected to the GS paper 1. If you again go for analysis, we can see that the topics covered include the modern Indian history from about the middle of the 18th century until the present, because Swami Vivekananda and all other associated personalities are very important ones in the Hindu revivalist kind of philosophy, which actually contributed to the national movements, and also significant events, personalities and issues. So see, these personalities is very, very important. Why I said is because in the last one of the means we have seen a question about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right, he was a socio-religious movement leader, and also in the medieval India. So we have seen that these kind of personalities who are celebrating their anniversaries, birth anniversary, death anniversary. So these kind of dates are very important because the personalities can be easily associated with the GS1 and especially mains questions can be asked. So that is why we have picked up this topic today for you guys. So let us have a very quick analysis of the life of Swami Vivekananda. Yes, come on, let's have a look. So let us see what the context is all about. I have already said, so let's again take a small look about the same. So we can see that on September 11, 1893, it is at that day Swami Vivekananda delivered his famous speech at the Parliament of the World's Religion. So it is at the Parliament of the World's Religion at Chicago. He have actually delivered this kind of a historic speech. And what was the result or impact of the speech to the audience? We can see that he garnered a full 2-minute standing ovation for the speech after his delivery. And also he earned the title called as what? The Cyclonic Monk of India. Right, so you can see that much kind of delivery or the powerful was the speech of Swami Vivekananda at that point of time. And also this year, 2021, marks the 128th anniversary of the historic Chicago address of Swami Vivekananda. So here also you can see one picture in which Swami Vivekananda has been participating in the Chicago World Religious Conference. Yes, so we discussed about the context. Now let us slowly understand what is the significance of this event. Why we are saying that it is a very historic event. We should have some answers, right? So let's one by one, let's look each of the significance. So this Chicago address by Swami Vivekananda, it had dwelt breadth and length on the Hindu philosophy, right? As we know that many, for example, if you see America is having that much kind of development, technology to be kept in front of the world. But as far as Indians are concerned, what we are having the greatest philosophy even before the Renaissance of the world happened in the 15th century. We can see that we are having philosophies right from the Vedas, then comes Buddhist philosophy, then comes the Jain philosophy. So this is a culture which is very rich in philosophy, and that have been really exhibited in front of the world by the speech of Swami Vivekananda. And also the rich Indian culture. We definitely know the right Indian culture, right? That much kind of languages and associated traditions, culture in every aspects, in every spheres of life, as we say, the unity in diversity, right? That much diverse is our culture. So everything have been tabled in front of the world to actually look upon and study. And thus, with this speech, Swami Vivekananda became very popular in the Western world after the speech of the World's Parliament of Religions. And also, he was considered as a major force in the revival of Hinduism in India. And that is what I said, till that area or till that age of colonial historians, where everything was based on what? An Orientalist kind of philosophy, right? Britishers felt that like Indians never knew anything to govern themselves. They only cared of getting some moksha or getting some metaphysical philosophies, and then they don't cared about anything. So this was the mentality of the Orientalist colonial historians, especially like that of Max Muller or William Jones. So these kind of people. So apart from that, we can see that it is the people like Swami Vivekananda, his guru like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, then Dayanand Saraswati. So these kind of people are the ones who actually revived the kind of Hindu philosophy, and they exhorted to the world that it is not like the colonial historians are actually saying. We have got much more deeper insights which is relevant to all the time unless and until the humans are there in the world, right? So it will be relevant to across all the period of time. So these much kind of the priceless value of philosophy of Hindus were being put forward by Swami Vivekananda, and also it drew the world's attention to the ancient Indian philosophy of Vedanta, right? As I said, that is how the world is actually coming to know a greater insights about what is being done by Swami Vivekananda. So this was the significance of the event. Now, let us have a quick analysis as the personality of Swami Vivekananda. So, we can see that he is actually a true inspiration to lot of youngsters, especially to the youth, right? And also he is considered as just like an ambassador of Indian philosophy to the modern world. So, he is credited with enlightening the Western world about Hinduism. So, this kind of first the greater insights of philosophies have been put forward to the Western world by Swami Vivekananda. As I said, being the disciple of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he was also contributing to the revivalist Hinduism forces, and also contributed or understood or made the people understood about the relevance of Hinduism and the Hindu philosophies. And because of these kind of Hindu revivalism, we can see that it actually contributed to the national freedom struggle and also to the national integration that happened in the colonial India. In 1984, because of the contributions of government of the Swami Vivekananda, we can see that the government of India declared the 12th of January to be celebrated as the National Youth Day, because it is the birthday of Swami Vivekananda. So always remember, January 12th is the birthday of Swami Vivekananda, and we are celebrating it as a National Youth Day. Okay. Now let us see about some of the early life aspects of Swami Vivekananda, because before he is actually taking up this name of Swami or as a Vivekananda, who was he actually? So we can see that, as we already told, he is born on January 12th and on 1863 in the Calcutta, and also we can see that Swami Vivekananda was known as Narendranath Datta in his pre-monastic life. Okay, in his pre-monastic life he was known as Narendranath Datta. And also he introduced the Hindu philosophies of yoga and Vedanta to the Western world. That is being done by Swami Vivekananda also. And it is actually Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose who called Vivekananda as the maker of modern India. Okay, so always remember, that might be asked in many of the SSC or bank examination. Who is the one who actually called Swami Vivekananda as maker of modern India? It is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay, always remember. Then he took the name Vivekananda. So we can see that his real name was Narendranath Datta. So from where he took the name Vivekananda? Yes, the answer is right here. He met Maharaja Ajit Singh of the Khetri state, and that Maharaja requested Vivekananda to take the name of Vivekananda. That is how Swami Vivekananda got its name as such. And also he formed the Ramakrishna mission in 1897. Okay, in 1897 he formed the Ramakrishna mission. And also in 1899 he established another mutt, that is the Belur Mutt, okay, which became his permanent abode. That means he started to live there at the Belur Mutt also. And also he preached a new style of philosophical delivery, that is called as a Neo-Vedanta. Neo-Vedanta is being actually promulgated by Swami Vivekananda. What this Neo-Vedanta says is that this kind of spirituality, or the seeking to understand or to know about the true self in the nature, that should actually happen along with the material progress in the life. That means he started to view the spirituality from the Western lens. Right. Since after the 15th century Renaissance, we can see that the Westerners are completely based on scientific aspects. Everything they will be looking upon based on logic and science. So Swami Vivekananda said that we have to actually focus this philosophy in the in the eyes of, or in the Western eyes, or through the lens of the Western world. And that is how he came up with Neo Vedanta. He said that the spirituality should go along with the material progress of the people, and if the right essence of philosophy if we are implementing in our life, definitely we will be able to get material progress also. That is what he said. Now let us see some of the books written by Vivekananda. Yes, he have wrote Raja Yoga, Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga are some of the books he wrote. That is the books by Swami Vivekananda. And also he propagated the idea of tolerance. So now we are seeing what are the contributions by Swami Vivekananda to the real world. He is the one who propagated the idea of tolerance. That means we should be tolerant to all other religions, because every religions are actually coming to one common singular end, just like these rivers coming and meeting at the sea, right? And also the universal acceptance. So these kind of a brotherly or fraternity is being, or that idea of brotherlyhood is being promulgated by Swami Vivekananda also. And also he understood the kind of a meaningless sectarian kind of problems or conflicts that is happening in the society in the name of religion, in the name of politics and all this kind of thing. He clearly understood that there is no need of it. It is completely meaningless. He understood and analyzed the danger, and he actually gave these kind of lessons to the outer world also. And he believed that the true essence of the religion was the common good. If you analyze closely and analyze any of the religion, if you deeply going for studies of the religion, keeping aside the superstitions, definitely will come that every religion is saying that we should actually focus on the common good and also for the tolerance of the complete world as such. And also he is the one who believed that youngsters in India are the chain that binds our past to a greater future. So if we want to have a very great future, definitely it is the youngsters who should have the kind of the kind of feeling, and also it should be completely dedicated upon to the youth to actually bring about a great future through the doing the right deeds and doing the right karma. Okay, so he completely believed in the youths for that purpose, or the youngster. That is why his birthday is celebrated as the National Youth Day also. Now we have actually come to the conclusion of our discussion. So I have some practice questions for you. So first one is actually a mains question. This you can actually write for about 150 words. It is a mains question. Okay, discuss the contributions of Swami Vivekananda's philosophy in the evolution of ethics. So for that, give a good introduction, and also give something about the Swami Vivekananda's philosophy and how he contributed it for the evolution, and also give a small conclusion. Okay, you can write down the answers and take a picture of the, or take a a screenshot, or take a picture of the same, and you can put it in the comment section. Okay, now we can see one of the prelims type of question. Okay, it is a very simple question. Definitely everyone should answer, those who have heard it. So Ramakrishna Mission was founded or established by whom? Yes, definitely you have got the answer. Please comment in the answers below in the commenting section. Okay, so I hope everyone have found this session very interesting and fruitful. So we will be again coming back with such an interesting topics. So this is me, Prince J, signing off. Thank you and goodbye.